All right, it's a lovely Friday. Hope everyone's doing well. Let's go ahead and... Actually, I don't need any of this, do I? That's what I need. So let's get this open. Hey, Sarvind. Yeah. Does the bell toll for thee? That is the question. You should be able to hear me. Yeah, okay. Just had to double check. Way too often I get here and apparently no sound. But that thankfully not an issue for today. That's okay. We're just gonna do this for today. And then... Ah, goddamn. Hopefully this pulls up because I'm gonna need it. There we go. Now it's behaving. I'm just gonna go there and that. Alright. I'll give things just another second before we really get started. Plus I need to get to the right place on the website. Well, that's lovely. Church bells are nice. Trying to remember the last time I heard a church bell. Not sure any of the ones in town have any. Alrighty, so... Easy enough to just get right in today, because all we're doing is talking about video game stuffs. So, we're just gonna look at my personal calendar. You know, If Steam's going to give me the ability to see things they think I'm going to like, I'm going to go ahead and decide if they're right or not, you know? That's okay. That's unfortunate because honestly, real bells are... Oh, they're beautiful. So let's see here. I still need to get Dino Blade, but that's not one I can afford right now. Reasonably broke for the near future. Maybe next month I can buy a game. Now, I believe we talked about this one last week. Yeah, that was on August 3rd, and it's the 21st. But, okay, so this just says released in the last month. So that'll be everything up to this point where they think I'm going to be interested. We will go ahead and hide owned games just because I don't think... I need to see the games I already own. I already own them. I'm not going to be buying them again. Big walk seems like it'd be fun with friends. What is No More Room in Hell 2? 8-player zombie shooter. Not really my thing. We looked at this one last week, and unfortunately it appears to be this is fake gameplay. Nothing like what the actual game is, which is funny because the game looks a lot like House Flippers 2, which is a fun game. But, I mean, it just looks like it took it in a sillier direction. It's unfortunate to know that they didn't commit to that. Scrap mechanic. Let's watch that. Hold on, let me make sure you can hear that. Alright, you can.
I'm a tiller and a gardener, not a fighting man.
Interesting. I don't know though.
Thanks for taking out that clank. You're a real hotshot.
That was cute.
This is the digging. You get it? Beginning and digging in one.
How much longer is this? I'm kind of getting bored. That's not a good sign.
We barely scratched the surface. I'm telling you, they're up to something really shady underground.
Not an update. I believe this is number 2. Oh, no. No, I guess it did get Scrap Mechanic Drilling Thunder. So I guess it's the 1.0. So then, Robust, you've played this.
They say a mountain
I'll be honest, I'm kind of getting bored in the...
The mountain ain't met you yet. You're one mean, lean, digging, clanker fighting machine. You are the drilling thunder.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of got bored partway through there. Well, hopefully they did something in those 3 years. And hey, look, they use male and female. Because that's important to some people. Oh god, no. No, I don't want to watch another video. Nope, the first one was enough. Thank you. Yeah. You had no defense and just hire bots. Oh god. Yeah, I don't know. It's important to you for reasons not related to culture war? Okay. Hey, I mean, I'm not saying that it's a problem if it's important to you. I'm just saying it's important to some people. Realistically, as long as the body types look like male and female, I don't care so much. People can do whatever they want. And I prefer, you know, things to be a little more flexible in terms of building my character, but I don't care that much. Which also has nothing to do with the culture war. It just has to do with the fact that I like things to be creative as possible. Below Rusted Gods? Let's take a look at that maybe. I like the found footage look. Interesting. Oh, hey. And a demo. I always appreciate a demo. Or is there not a demo? Oh. Where's the demo? What? I think they lied to me, guys. Nope, no demo. They lied to me. Character creators belong in some games and they don't belong in other games. That's my opinion. I enjoy a good character creator. I will spend hours in a good character creator. And,
A generous blood tithe has been received. Accounting is pleased.
Holy hero. God, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. $50, and that's the first time anybody's gotten to hear that that sound bite that I'd created for the higher. Dude, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Especially with the VPN stuff, but dude, thank you so much. Really? I'm in the middle of thanking someone for being generous and you're just gonna start playing shit in my ear? Well, now I'm definitely not buying this game. Well, no, I know it's not the game's fault. It seems interesting enough. If it goes on sale or something, maybe how sad is that? It's $7.99 and I'm saying if it goes on sale, maybe I'll buy it. But again, Hero, thank you. That is so generous of you. I appreciate it. And those are extremely kind words, more importantly. Thank you for always stopping by and being here. You are very kind, and just spending your time here with us is amazing. God, I'm going to get emotional again. Stop it. Yeah, I know. I just felt like yelling at it. I've always hated that it'll, I leave it sitting there for a second and then all of a sudden I've got noise going on at me. It's like I pushed pause for a reason. Pax Autocratica. Build a grand totalitarian colony and personally storm roguelike battlefields. Nope. Shadow the shackles of time as you jump, swing, and slash through a fantastic world in this love letter classic 3D action platformers. I do like 3D action platformers. I don't like the, not a big fan of the art style, though. I'm sure it is, but at this point, I'm kind of... Anything that says roguelite at this point, roguelike or roguelite, I'm over it. And if you're going to misrepresent your game as a roguelite, I'm also not interested in it. So everything lately just says roguelite, roguelike, and I'm like, no. Just no. It pisses me off. Duskfade? There is no co-op in Authoritarian Simulator. Sounds like what it needs is a versus mode then. Fantasy Extraction ARPG. No, I think we've looked at this before. Is there a way to... Yeah, let's ignore that one. Green Rock Co-op Extraction Builder. We are in such a weird world today. Co-op Extraction Builder. Oh, you see, that's exactly the thing, and that's why I hate when they use it and use it as a misrepresentation. If you are going to use the word to denote that your game is actually a roguelite, then cool. All right, I know now, so I can give it a shot or not, because there are a couple roguelites I like. It happens. They're just not something I'm really heavily into. But when you start slapping the label on everything because it's a popular label, I'm just going to assume that you are trying to get extra views on your shit, and I'm at that point no longer interested. It's just dumb. I don't want it at that stage. It's just like I don't want this game either. It says action roguelike. Why? What is the action roguelike part of this? It's a co-op first-person survival horror building action roguelike. So we're just going to click ignore on that. The Relic First Guardian. Now, this I don't mind so much. Action RPG, dark fantasy. I love dark fantasy. Souls-like, 3D, but I think we've looked at this one before. I don't have... Let's take another quick look, see if it is actually... I need to find a way to start marking these. Maybe I'll just hit ignore on the ones we've decided I don't like. like I'm letting you guys actually have an opinion.
In the previous chapter,
Okay, no, I remember this one. Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna start hitting ignore on things that I decide I don't like. I need to stop saying we. This is not a democracy. This is my opinion, goddammit. Oh, congrats, Dread. I'm glad to hear that. I actually really enjoy my Steam controller. I need to do the review on it that I keep saying I'm going to do. I also need to do my review on the Steam machine now that I've been able to play with that for a little bit. I'll be honest, Servant, I haven't used the ignore list a lot. I was using it because I used to have the just show me everything turned on, and then there were a few too many of the porn games that I got shown, and then I'm like, you know what? Maybe I need to go back to just pushing those out because I don't want exactly, Robust. There is no cult here. The Steam machine is great. There's one issue that I've run into it so far that I'm not particularly thrilled with. And this is potentially a combination of issues at the time. Because part of it could be that I was also, I'd taken a muscle relaxer. And so I was getting a little drowsy, and I'm sure it slowed my reaction time too. But I was, I decided to boot up some Expedition 33 because I needed to lay down in bed for a little while because I wasn't feeling well and my shoulder was hurting, and so it was an issues night. So I went to bed early, and I'm like, I'm not going to sleep yet. I'm just kind of laying here to get things to relax. So I booted up some Expedition 33 on it. First, it plays Expedition 33 just fine. So, yay on that. The problem I was having was, you have the dodge and parry mechanic. I was trying to parry. I'm reasonably positive I was hitting the button at the right time. Now, like I said, there were muscle relaxers involved, so it's entirely possible I wasn't hitting the button at the right time. But there did seem to be a little bit of a delay between the button press and the reaction. So I feel like I was missing parries that I should not have been missing. I checked because the controller was kind of far away from the puck, but I did check the signal, and the signal was at first it was good to okay, and so I moved it so that it got to excellent. And when I got it to excellent, the reaction time was better. So I will be trying it again in a non-drugged state, just to see how much of it was the fact that I had taken a muscle relaxer and how much of it is the timing delay. But I do think that could be a potential issue if you're playing a game where precise button pressing is important. But that's something to experiment with later, so. I think we hit ignore on this one, right? How do I tell if I hit ignore on it? Gonna ignore that one. Ignore that one. I'm gonna ignore that one. Gonna leave that one for now. Gonna leave that. No, that can be ignored. Think I ignored that one. I'm gonna ignore that one just because I'm not interested. I think I hit ignore on that already. How do I tell? Do I need to reload? Let's try reloading, see what happens. Okay, that works. I'm leaving that. Ignoring that one. This is that dinosaur theme park. Co-op, ignore. Machine Party is a collection of violent party games where failure is lethal. Gather your friends and endure high-stakes situations to prove your life is worth more than theirs. Survival is unlikely. That sounds fun. I'm not going to put it on the list, but that does sound entertaining. Servant of the Lake you can actually get on your phone, so I don't know that I recommend it as a game on the computer. I only know that because I saw it on my phone after we looked at it last week. Iron Nest Heavy Turret Simulator. Iron Nest is a brutal diesel punk heavy artillery game where you dominate the battlefield through a colossal war machine. There's a cat. Hold on. Now, they showed me the cat. I've got to see if there's a video. Interesting. I do not feel like that told me enough. Okay, here's the official trailer. But first, Dread, yes, you can probably get Master Duel, Yu-Gi-Oh, whatever on your phone. The difference is, I imagine, there's probably more action in the Master Duel game. The Servant by the Lake thing is more like a point-and-click puzzle adventure. So realistically, if you're gonna play it on your phone, I say go ahead and play it on your phone. Don't bother with it on the PC, just because it will be fine either way. You don't have to put... My point is it doesn't need to be on your PC. You can just get it on the phone. So then you can play it wherever. Whereas, you have it on your PC, you can play it on your PC. I mean, unless you really want to put it on like a Steam Deck or something, I'm sure it'll run fine on that. It just doesn't seem like the type of game that I'd worry about getting on my PC if I wanted to get it somewhere. You know what I mean? So let's take a look at this then. See if this tells us more. Okay, we saw this before. Hey, Ricky! Ooh. Okay. Huh. Yeah, I mean, obviously, bro. But I find it fascinating. Interesting. I mean, it's definitely, I mean, it's a heavy turret simulator, so obviously it's a heavy artillery operation. I just take measurements based on the received coordinates, strain the hydraulics, and gunlay the cannons to unleash devastating blows. That is kind of cool. I mean, they ask you, when are you ever going to, I mean, kids in school will ask, when am I ever going to use my trigonometry? Well, here you go. Here's a reason to, and the cat's cute. Fuck, adorable cat. That's actually, I mean, I probably won't play this game but I am fascinated and interested in the fact that it exists. I'm actually... I know that there are people out there who would enjoy this, and I am glad that they have it. Well, of course, it's not a big deal. I am hugely amused by the fact they have this game. That is fantastic. Echoes of Mistralia. ARPG roguelike. Goodbye. Astronauts. I want to say we looked at this one last week and I wasn't interested. I don't like the top-down shit. Corsair Cove we looked at last week, just not my thing. Is this The Sims in a water park? Oh yeah, I mean, that's part of what I like about it, is there does seem to be a lot to it, you know? There seems to be a little bit of story, there's a lot of intricate detail. How accurate it is to real life, I could not even begin to guess. But it's just fascinating. I'm sure they probably want you to bomb some little children or something in there at some point. I don't know. Nah, I don't think so on that. Kill the Shadow. Kill the Shadow is a detective game with multiple endings featuring 2.5D pixel art and semi-open exploration and investigation. Play as Lucas. Adventure, dialogue heavy, story rich RPG. Oh, you know, I'm into those games generally. Let's check out the video.
Lucas, you're the vice captain, and you used to be a cop. You tell me, what the fuck should I do here? Can I talk to you in private for a second?
Get out of our factory. Give us our freedom.
We're keeping the public safe. If anything happens to him, regret it.
I'd rather die with him than let him get away. That is the... I want to go to the temple fair.
How much did you make? What the hell? Who did this? If no one steps forward, no one gets any goddamn rations. You all hear that? Quit your complaining, because we gotta figure this out right now. So, I'm going to speak with this individual in private. The reason we didn't...
Alright, I'm getting kind of bored here. I don't think I'm interested in that one. Yeah, I'll be honest, Ricky. So I did watch somebody else play Restory, and I'm a little disappointed in it. Just because of the gameplay looks a little oversimplified. I mean, I like those kinds of games. They can be fun, but it gets a little repetitive after a while. So I don't know. Yeah, that one doesn't seem... I mean, yeah, okay, 2D pixels, but or 2.5D pixels. It's just not doing it for me. Now, I do want this one. I want this one so bad. But that will have to wait. You know, I'm just going to make you guys watch the thing anyway.
I severed my eyes from the nerve, and as they died in their sockets, I introduced the slither. Now, alien and arcane worlds of old sing to me from the page. As a translator, it has been absolutely...
What is this? What are you up to?
Welcome to Arkham, a once bustling city on the American East Coast, now rotting away from a mysterious flood.
Attention, citizens of Arkham. This is your final notice.
The ocean rose without warning, and those who did not leave, the faithful and the trapped, have been taken by the cosmic cataclysm.
Tempting me, whispering sweet nothings.
You play as Calvin Rafferty, an occult adventurer and a seeker of truth. Calvin's soulmate, Faye Bennett, faded into a twilight state after they both set foot beyond the veil. Now there is nothing he won't...
Okay, I'm not watching this for 5 minutes. Alright, I'm not watching that either. Anyway. I did play the demo. I enjoyed the demo. I would like to get the game. Is this the 5-minute fucking trailer? Because both of those just made my brain numb. Anyway, I still want that game. I've been seeing stuff about Mortal Shell 2. Let's see here. Dark Souls-like, dark fantasy, violent action RPG, difficult single player. So far it's very positive. I liked the first one, but the first one's a mainly detective-esque game. There's a definite difference between the first one and the second one. The second one has a lot more action. Very Resident Evil feeling to it in terms of the game. You, at least from what I played of the demo, it's one of those demos where it's the beginning of the game. So I only played so far and then I stopped. But I actually liked the detective thing in the first game. You know, very storytelling heavy. You get to see a bunch of weird stuff. So, but playing the demo, it was very different from the first game, but it was still fun. So that's on my want list for when I have some extra funding. So I don't know. 44 seconds. Ooh, that was a neat image. Was that a sheep? Hold on, I gotta go back. I'll be honest, after a period of time, we've just gotten out of a period of time where it's actually okay to reference Lovecraft without having to then trip over yourself apologizing for the fact that he was alive in a different time. So I'm just thrilled to get much of anything. Okay, so there is in fact a sheep that flails its arms around. Fascinating. Of course, I think those are also sheep or goats, maybe? That you are now fighting? Interesting. Let's see if the description says anything more interesting. Their flesh is your weapon. Mortal Shell 2 is a standalone sequel action RPG with general charged high stakes. Possess warrior shells, dethrone false gods, redeem a ravaged world. Interesting. Okay. Not what I necessarily want to stick in my wish list, but maybe I won't ignore it. Maybe I'll change my mind on it eventually. We looked at Twisted Tower last week. It's doing pretty good. I see an interesting divide in the game devs I know on this one. Some people are calling this guy who made it a charlatan, all sorts of things. And then, like, the other half is like, he did a good job on this. He really worked on it for 5 years with a small team, and it came out good. It's fascinating to see how people react behind the scenes. It's apparently overwhelmingly positive, with an 808 reviews. See you later, Ricky. Thanks for being here. I'll be honest, bro. I don't remember any conversations about his yellow suit. Unless... I'll be honest, it's been a little while since I played the game, too. So... Yeah, I know there's a lot of criticism over, I think he does like a dev class or something. And so I know that's where a lot of the criticism is coming from some people. But yeah, I don't know. It's just interesting to see the divide. Like, yeah, that... I don't remember. It didn't stick in my brain. Yeah, I have one dev friend who actually helped beta test and is really happy with, is really, excited for the guy. And then I have another dev friend who, like I said, thinks he's a charlatan and full of shit. It's just fascinating to see the divide. I mean, literally, between two devs I know and talk to. It's fascinating. I just hope the game's good. That's where I stand. And it seems like it's getting good reviews. I mean, for 808 user reviews, overwhelmingly positive. A lot of references to BioShock. I don't know. Yeah, there's always things like that. Especially in that kind of vacation cafe. No. No, I think I've got enough cozy Sims. We are so dead. A co-op seance communication game where one of you died first and only you can see what's killing the others. Your only voice is a Ouija board. Your friends keep misreading. Okay, that could actually be really funny. And I don't feel like listening to it, though. Oh, is this that one? Yeah, that is that one. So, let's see what's upcoming, because this is everything that's released in the last 7 days. I do want Amsterdam 1666. I know there's some issues with that, people think. I don't know about this one. I liked the first Plague Tale. I was not thrilled with the way the second one ended. I just didn't like it. The way that turned out. Oh. I'm not really sure this one's necessary, and honestly, the game looks a little more action-oriented, which isn't really what I want from this kind of game. The Cabin game, 1 to 4 player chronic. A lot of these chronic horror co-ops coming out right now. Kind of interesting. Star Wars Zero Company. I am not a Star Wars person, so I don't care. I'm just going to ignore that. Big Ambition is a revolutionary role-playing business sim. Let's see if they have a video to watch.
Welcome back, friends. It's nearly time for the update. You know the one. It's been a big journey. One might even say an ambitious journey. Finally, the Big Ambition's full release is only a couple of weeks away. And of course, we had to go all out on this one. It's not quite ready yet, but let's take a look at what's coming soon to Big Ambitions. So you can't have a rags to riches story without the riches, right? So when you're ready to spend some money, go check out the new neighborhood, the Hamptons. Relax, stay a while, buy yourself a fancy mansion. You might even see some familiar names as your neighbors. While most of the Hamptons is residential, it also contains a little retail strip with a few specialty stores, including a giant furniture store with more than 100 new items.
There's actually a theory behind that kind of thing that talks about the current state in terms of economics and basically the way people are generally feeling about the world in general as to the type of games and movies that get made. Now, it could be that deep. It really could. But I think it's mostly trend. And honestly, you get right down to it. Doesn't matter if it's movies, books, or games. Horror is the easiest way to get a start because it's the easiest way to provoke reaction in people. That's why so many porn directors go to horror and then go into real directing.
That's a lot of new items. You might even need a second home for all your new stuff. And now that you're living in the Hamptons, then obviously you need to spend some time at the country club, right?
Okay.
There's an exclusive golf resort where
You're boring me. We're just gonna add that to the ignore list. Breathage. What the fuck is that word supposed to be? Survive on the edge of space, craft and upgrade tools. So survival, single player. Open world, survival craft. Okay. Interesting. All right, so you can pick the stuff up. What do you do with it afterwards?
Diagnostics initiated.
Alright, he got me with that one. I missed the head. How did I miss the head?
What the hell is that?
That wasn't me.
Okay, I can see a little humor in this game.
That is not the kind of buddy party you're supposed to work out.
Wait, what? I don't know. That actually looks humorous. I kind of wish there... Oh, it's early access. Okay. Which, I mean, I don't normally mind early access. Space chickens, yeah. I mean, I just want to find this one part because that that genuinely made me laugh. Where was it? Was it right about here? No, it was after that. The part with the wrench just was funny. They need a better seek feature in their fucking There it is. That makes me giggle. I guess we'll stick it on the wish list. It makes it easier to keep track of. Alright, where are we now? But yeah, like, I mean, I imagine developing for the horror game community is much like developing, or is much like horror movies. Think of all the terrible horror movies there are in this world. Just absolutely ridiculously awful movies. Just bad, bad, bad. And then think about the number of good ones, which there aren't really a whole lot of. So it kind of, it makes sense. I mean, it's easy to try to do. It's usually cheaper. Doesn't really succeed. But eventually you get somebody who has a good idea and good methods and does a good job. And that's what makes it worth it. I'm still excited for fucking Hellraiser. Hellraiser Revival. Very excited for that game. Co-op driving. I don't need that. Crimson Moon. You are a Nephilim. A human aim. This kind of looks like it was made on a PlayStation 4. Nah. Cognition Method. A story driven first inspired by 2001 A Space Odyssey and Solaris. Discover innovative mechanics of altering gravity. Ooh. Okay. Those are all ideas. I've seen that done before. Interesting. Looks cool. Little MC Escher in there. Choose what? Interesting. I mean, the hard part with these games is it can look cool.
Clark once said, the only way to set the limits of what is possible is to try to go beyond those limits. You know, he was absolutely right. But to go beyond anything, you first need to understand your own capabilities.
But if the puzzles are too easy, if the story's too shallow, then it's a crappy game. I mean, that's the difficult part. I do see a heavy reference on the puzzles as opposed to the story. Which, I mean, does that mean anything? I don't know. Ooh, they have a demo. I'll play that later. There's a lot of these cleanup things coming out, too. Paranormal cleanup, you know. Space cleanup. Which, I mean, they're more of a satisfaction type game. I don't know how interested I am in this one anymore. This will be one of those eventually maybe games. Moonlighter 2, The Endless Vault. I know a lot of people like Moonlighter. He Who Watches. Walk on walls, manipulate gravity, discover secrets in this first-person puzzle game. Delve deep into ancient labyrinth. Intricate conundrums, seeking an imprisoned god at the center. Not feeling it. Bomb Banana. Team-based multiplayer. Looks funny. Onimusha Way of the Sword. I was never an Onimusha player. I think my brother was probably more into this than I was. Tiny Eden. A peaceful first-person farming sim in the heart of a futuristic city. Turn your small apartment into a thriving smart garden. Grow plants, cook meals, sell your harvest, expand your urban farm from a single windowsill all the way to a rooftop paradise. Sounds cute. How do they present it? Actually reminds me I should check my tomato plants. A little too much for me. I really have problems with the discovery queue. It didn't even tell me Neo 3 DLC was out. Did that already come out? I thought that was until next month. Could have sworn it said to September. Oh, no, this is... Well, fuck. I still haven't beat the base game. This isn't right. Shit. Ah, okay. Well, Cool. Gotta work on that more. I probably won't be playing the DLC for a while. But this, you know, this isn't the discovery queue. This, does it show DLCs? This must just be... this is not a DLC, is it? No, this is just the 1.0 announcement. I don't know, maybe... I know, apparently I'm going to say that the personal calendar doesn't put DLCs on it. I haven't looked at the, discovery queue. Yeah, maybe I'm just not in the mood for a survival sandbox game. Probably not in the mood for cozy games either. What is cosmic fear? Discovered evidence of a cosmic presence influencing humanity since its origins. Now something born... Okay. Horror, Lovecraftian, psychological, atmospheric exploration. Okay. I will let you show me your video.
God.
It was aliens the whole time. I'm seeing a lot of, seeing a lot of the moments that they think are supposed to be the climax, not enough of the in-between. I'm seeing... there's a demo, so I will add it to the library. I don't know, something about that feels wrong. I read that as retard space, not lie. Oops. Alright, alright. I better wrap it up. We got all the way to, where are we? September 9th. So. A lot of horror games coming out, which makes sense as we move into the fall. I don't remember it showing us this one before, but that's fine. I don't want it. Tic-tac, 12 o'clock. Anyway. But yeah, I get being burnt out on survival games. Survival games are definitely... every time a meta comes up, you know, people gotta get in on it. And then they make ones that are worse and worse until people are just tired of them. Then you gotta wait for a new good one to come out. Kinda just how it is. I would like to see more games that use Gaslamp Fantasy in general. Just putting that out there in case anybody's listening. But yeah, so that wraps it up for the day. I do gotta go do the life things. But I appreciate everyone so much for being here. I need to take a look. Maybe there's someone I can send y'all off to. Just 1 second. Yes, I know. See more Celtic fantasy would be cool too. I haven't thought of Mabinogi in a long time. Let's go ahead and send everybody over to Steel Lake of History. Here we go. But yep, that's the end of it. I really appreciate, like I said, everybody being here, for spending the time with me, for, you know, just hanging out. Hope you guys have a great evening. I appreciate you all. Have a good weekend. Take care of yourselves. This will be the last one of these for a little while, until I can stabilize things a little bit, and then we'll be back. Hopefully not more than a couple weeks, but I'll still be doing my evening streams, and streaming on the weekends when I can. So, everybody take care of yourselves, and yeah, I'll catch you later.